Our theme this month is Be Prepared, so imagine this, a closet full of grab-and-go gifts that you can just have ready. Not just any gift, we're talking about a Christine McKay gift. So how fun would it be to give a girlfriend or a sister a one-of-a-kind ring nestled inside a darling jewelry tin just like this? And Christine says this is the kind of thing that we really want to make a big batch of and then have them ready and on hand, right?
Yeah, you really do. And I have a confession to make. This is the first time I've ever really played with epoxy. And so it's really easy, and I learned a lot of like what to do and what not to do. But this is what you're going to want to get. It's called Easy Cast Clear Epoxy. And what it does is it comes with two different bottles. It comes with it comes with an epoxy and then a hardener. And what you'll do is you'll just mix these together and just follow the instructions. And I have a great how-to video on my website that you can watch. But you mix them together. It tells you how to do it, and I will say that they have like little mixing cups at the craft store. They're about $6 for like 3 mixing cups. I just got these at Walmart for like $1.
Oh, okay.
So you don't have to use those. The key is you're going to want to mix equal parts.
How much will the epoxy cost?
This is about $10, but it will go far, which is why it's a great make a big batch
and for people
project.
who don't know, what are you mixing
Okay.
exactly?
What are
you going to make?
Okay, so you'll mix those two together, and then what you do is you can make jewelry with it. You can do pendants, you can do rings. I'll just kind of show you briefly. This is what inspired me. I found these at a little jewelry store that my daughter likes to go to.
Oh, look how cute.
And I just love that little bubbled, shiny look. And all it is just a photo. This is my business card case. But it has a little photo, and it just has a clear epoxy on it. The thing is, you can do that at home. You can give it that professional finish by using this little kit. So what I did is I went and bought a bunch of, or I should say got some bottle caps. That was what I started with. And this is just right off of a bottle of root beer that my kids drank.
Okay.
And I just cut out a piece of little artwork, and you put that in there, and then you pour the epoxy over it. And so
how thick?
You know, you'll just fill it all the way to the top of the bottle cap.
Okay.
And it's so simple, it's so easy. The hardest part is mixing this, and that is basically you mix 2 minutes with a stick. So that's the hardest part. And then you just pour it right on whatever project that you want to do.
How long does it take to set up?
It takes, one day it'll be soft. After about 3 days, it's going to be a hard cure.
Okay, where do you store it? In a cool place? Or
you know, I just put it in the summertime. It's probably better to mix and pour outside.
Okay.
This is a low order one, so I went ahead and did it in my kitchen with the window open. But then you'll want to put like a box or something kind of over it so that the lint or dust isn't going to fall on it.
Okay.
And that's all you do is you pour it, and it takes, you know, about 3 days for a hard cure.
Until you touch this, you don't realize that that epoxy, that mixture, is clear up to the tips of the bottle cap.
Yeah, it's all the way to the top. And you can actually go on, I went on eBay because I couldn't find anywhere local that had these, but they're just little pendants that you can buy. And if you'll just click on, you can go online and just click on photo pendant. What I did, this is all just artwork that I just did on my own computer, and I don't know if you can see very well right here, but this is the one that I made that's a picture of my daughter.
Oh, stop, look how cute.
And that's what makes it so fun, is that you can do personalized gifts for your girlfriends. So if they like a particular football team, or if they like a particular soft drink, I've made some like Coca-Cola ones for my girlfriends with the bottle caps. Yeah, so you can just do all sorts of different designs. In fact, on the instructions that you can download at kmckdesigns.com, at the bottom I did a couple just to get you started. And these will fit in just about every single bottle cap. If you're going to make a pendant with the bottle cap ones, what you want to do is you want to take a hammer and nail and just pierce a hole on one end. And you can buy these little jewelry pins. I couldn't figure out the exact name of it, and everybody that I talked to that makes jewelry said they are just called jewelry pins.
Jewelry pins.
But they're a straight pin that has a loop on the top.
Okay.
So what I did is I cut the pin pretty short, and then I just insert it so that it's got like a little loop on the top. And this is all on the website. It's got a little loop on the top, and then when it dries, the epoxy holds it in place.
Holds the loop in place.
Holds the loop in place. So then you've got something to thread your necklace through.
That necklace is so precious.
Isn't that fun?
You can personalize it to do anything, and all of the charms. I'm thinking bracelets.
Bracelets. Oh, in fact, I haven't finished this one, but one thing you can do not only the jewelry, but you can see I made a little jewelry box. You can take little old Altoid tins. Speaking of bracelets, this is one I haven't finished yet, but I got all the beads done, so now I get to put it all together.
Oh my goodness!
But you can buy just in the photos, well, the jewelry section of your craft store, you can buy these little photo beads. And I just took little scans of fabric that I really liked.
Can I tilt this up just a little bit?
Absolutely.
I don't want to ruin your design there, but you can see the fabric, and you just put it in the middle of those beads.
Yep, and you just glue it down. You want to make sure that you use decoupage first. I used a matte finish, and that that will kind of help the ink from bleeding. So you want a decoupage on the front and back just to seal in.
Of the fabric or the paper?
Of the fabric or the paper to seal it.
Okay.
And let it dry completely and then pour the epoxy on.
So paper, decoupage a little bit on top, and then pour the epoxy on.
Absolutely.
Oh, darling.
And in fact, in the little box, this is kind of fun. You know, I have a friend that she loves yellow and black, and so I just did the top of the...
It coordinates.
Isn't that fun? It makes a little jewelry box.
Yes.
And these, if you make them in a big batch all together, they're less than $2 a piece to do. And you can just make a ton. I've also shown if you have extra epoxy left, you can do faux picture frames if maybe jewelry's not quite their thing.
You did this picture frame here?
I just did some scrapbook paper, and I just poured the epoxy over it to give it that shiny bubble look. You can also do magnets if you don't want to do jewelry. You can take the bottle caps and just make a magnet board.
These are darling.
So really, you can just go crazy. In fact, this is just one of those gift card tins that you can get, and just made magnets that just stick right to the bottom.
Oh, so you bought the tin separately at the craft store.
Yeah.
The magnets stick there, and you have a little magnet case at an instant. Look how fun! And I love the inspiration. I also love the idea of doing a whole batch of them and having those girlfriend gifts on hand ready to go.
And it's fun that you can personalize it.
Absolutely. Okay, the possibilities are endless. Epoxy, there's your challenge for the week or for the weekend to make those girlfriend gifts, those fun jewelry or other home decor items that you can have on hand and ready to go. And the free download available on your website.
Free download, yes.
Okay, what's your website?
kmckdesigns.com.
kmckdesigns.com. We'll link you there from ours as well. Christine, always darling ideas.
Oh,
thanks so much. Coming up, the Dr. Mom